People think that finding remote work is difficult, but the truth is that there are so many opportunities to find remote work or start freelancing or start your own online business. I always knew I wanted to be a digital nomad. Ever since I was 19 and took my first international trip to Australia, I was hooked. And having a remote business that allows me to travel as I please has completely transformed my life, because right now I'm sitting here in Costa Rica filming this for you, and my business is still running smoothly every single day. So in this video, I'm going to share exactly how you can build your own business to fund your travels. And if you want to dive even deeper after watching this, I did host a free masterclass recently on how you can build your own freedom lifestyle business that allows you to become a digital nomad and travel as you please and earn great money while you're at it. So my first tip is to choose a business model that really allows you to have the location freedom that you want. And when I say this, I mean there are lots of different types of businesses you can start, right? But if you have a product-based business, for example, you are going to have a hard time dealing with inventory if you're constantly traveling all these different places, right? So unless you have a drop shipping model, it's going to be very hard to run a product-based business while you're a digital nomad. Likewise, it's very important to have an online-based business that you don't have to deal with tons of physical logistics for. And that's why I highly recommend starting a service-based business. So that means that you are offering your services in exchange for money. And that's what I do. It works incredibly well because it's both flexible and scalable. You could also consider something like selling digital products, making courses, getting into coaching, or content creation. The key is to build a business that supports your desired lifestyle instead of trying to fit your lifestyle into the box of the business. Because if you have a structure that doesn't work for you, then you're going to be miserable, you're going to burn out, and you're going to want to quit. My second tip is to set up your business for remote success. So that means setting up systems that will support you while you travel. For example, I use ClickUp as my project management system. I live and die by ClickUp. It is the best one. I've tried all of them. It keeps me organized across multiple different projects and clients, and also helps me collaborate with my team more easily. I also use pre-made contract templates to cover my legal bases. Honestly, the best thing to do would be to hire a lawyer to write your contracts for you if you want to make sure all your bases are covered. But a lot of us don't really want to spend the money on that. And especially if you're first starting out in business, you might not have a lot of funds to invest in hiring a lawyer, for example. So I will link the contract templates that I use down below so you can purchase them if you would like. It's just better than copying and pasting something from Google. And for collecting payments, which is very important because we got to get paid, I highly recommend using Stripe as the platform. I have tried QuickBooks payments. I have tried PayPal, bad experiences with both. Stripe is the best payment processing system I have personally tried. It's the one I continue to use when I send invoices to my clients. And finally, you should consider setting up an actual business entity, which you may or may not need to do depending on the type of business and whether you're going to have employees or not. I have an LLC, but you can do your own research to figure out the best type of business entity for you based on where you live and the type of business you're operating. So now let's talk about how to find clients. I always recommend utilizing a mix of both outbound and inbound strategies. So outbound is when you go out and you pitch clients in order to close them. Inbound is when you attract clients in via content marketing and other organic strategies. The main outbound approach that worked for me was getting on Upwork. That's how I got my very first clients. It continues to be a really great lead generator for me today. I've gotten multi four-figure contracts from Upwork, so don't knock it till you try it. And the great part about it is clients go on there and they post jobs, which means you know they're already looking for your services. It's way better than just cold pitching or cold DMing someone who might not even want or need what you're offering. And to attract inbound leads, you want to build your personal brand, whether it be on LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok. It depends on who you're targeting and what you're offering. But whatever you do, you need to make sure that you position yourself as the expert and that you have a top tier profile that doesn't hold back. You want to really show your expertise, your social proof, your testimonials, anything you have that demonstrates that you are the go-to expert in your niche or industry. That's what you want to show on your profile. And my fourth tip is more of a lifestyle tip, but it's a mistake that I see nomads make all the time. And that is they treat digital nomading like a vacation, and they get into this vacation mindset, aka they don't work. Because when you run a business, you have to treat it like a business. You're not going on vacation and, unless you're a content creator, that is, and you're posting tons of photos and you're like, wow, I don't have to work ever. The reality is not like that. To be honest, I work 8 hours a day, just like most people, if not more. Some days I work even more than that. It's because I genuinely love what I do and I want to drive the business forward. But my point is, I treat it like a business, not like a vacation or a hobby or just a random thing that I'm doing, And in order to create a sense of normalcy in your life, you need a routine. Like, do all the stuff that you would normally do at home. Cook if you can. Go to the gym. do your morning routine, do your journaling, your meditation, whatever you have in your routine back home, you should carry over into your digital nomad lifestyle because, again, being a digital nomad isn't about partying and drinking and having fun all the time. It's about operating your normal life in a new location. And if you're disciplined enough and you're good with your time, then you'll have enough time and energy to explore the place that you're in rather than just getting stuck in work mode, because I've made that mistake too, just to be clear. So as far as managing time zones goes, this is a frequently asked question for sure, because when I was living in Thailand, I was 12 hours behind the clients I was working with, or 12 hours ahead. So the best way to handle this is to set boundaries from the start. Tell your clients what time zone you're in and what hours you're going to be working. I didn't do this when I lived in Thailand, and that's why I was working till 6 a.m. on most days, which I don't recommend, by the way. But if you let your clients know that you're going to be working that time zone, then that gives them the opportunity to respect your boundaries, and then you can actually enjoy your trip rather than working all night long. You know what I mean? And if they don't respect your boundaries, then you should find some new clients. Oh yeah, and very important, whenever you choose a place to stay, always check what the Wi-Fi speed is going to be, because you don't want to get stuck with slow Wi-Fi. That is the killer of the digital nomad dream, because you need your Wi-Fi to work. That's why it's called the laptop lifestyle, right? So don't be afraid to ask the exact Wi-Fi specs and speed or whatever you need to know, just to make sure that you're going to actually be connected in the place that you're living and working. My sixth tip is a little bit of a financial tip, and that is to diversify your income. So when I say this, I mean, don't just have one or two clients that you're relying on. Always have different sources of income, whether it be client work, digital products, investments, whatever it may be. Just make sure that if you lose a client, you're not going to be totally broke, right? That's why I scaled up my content agency so fast in the beginning, and I got lots of clients because I was spreading out my income sources over these different client relationships, right? So when I lost one, it wasn't the end of the world because I had another 15 or 20. And now I have my Glow Gladiator membership. So that's another income source that I'm using to give myself more financial stability in case the client relationships don't work out or whatever. My seventh tip comes more when you're trying to scale out of freelancer mode, but when you're ready to delegate work, I recommend creating a small team of skilled professionals that you can rely on to do specific things. So if you need someone to edit videos for you, hire a video editor. If you need someone to schedule social media posts for you, hire someone for that. If you need someone to track your leads, I don't know, just try to find people that are experts in very specific things and build your team that way. Because when these roles get kind of muddy, and when I say that, I mean whenever you have one person doing a million things, that can kind of dilute the quality of the work. It's better to have specialists and experts in every area. And the key is to start delegating before you need to, okay? Don't wait till you're burned out and exhausted and ready to quit to delegate. Be proactive and start thinking about it sooner than you think you need to. And my final tip is to overcome the fear of the unknown. Going to a foreign country is scary. When I was coming here to Costa Rica, I knew very little about the country, mainly because I don't do enough research before I visit places, which that's a story for a different day. But I always get that nervous feeling before I visit a new place. But you have to push through that and realize that by traveling, you are experiencing a much richer life than so many people in the world get to experience. That is a privilege. That is a gift. Do not take that for granted. And before I became a full-time digital nomad, I was nervous about that too. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to a country where I don't speak the language and it's stressful, right? But it has been the most rewarding and fulfilling experience after starting my business that I have ever experienced in my life. So it's totally worth it. If you're thinking about becoming a digital nomad, you have to try it. And once I took the leap and implemented these tips that I mentioned in this video, I realized how possible all of this is, not just for me, but also for you. And that's why I wanted to make this video. So don't let fear hold you back. If you want a step-by-step guide on how to build a location-independent business, my Glow Gladiator membership is for you. I will leave a link down in the description if you want to join. Think of this as like Netflix for digital nomads and entrepreneurs. We have 15 plus on-demand trainings that you can access to learn how to start and grow your online business based on the things that actually worked for me whenever I was first starting out and over the last 4 years of running my content agency. And if you want to dabble in the free training first, remember that link is down in the description as well, so you can see what I'm about, what my experience is, how I can help you, and offer some more in-depth tips there as well. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and drop a comment below to let me know what your dream travel destination is. I would love to hear where you want to visit. So remember, you got this. I love you. I will talk to you in our next video. Bye.